And what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Live, Laugh, Left podcast. Gary's back with the military style haircut.
Yes.
Banger haircut. But we got a good amount of stuff to talk about today. This is going to mostly be a baseball episode, as there was no NASCAR this past weekend, so we're not going to talk about that. And there's not a lot of other topics, and there's a lot of stuff with the baseball trade deadline and everything like that we got to go over. So it's going to be the big focus. So we'll get right into it. I do want to cover those other smaller topics right off the bat. I think there's only a couple. But in the NFL world, Bijan Robinson became the highest paid running back in NFL history, as he agreed to a 3-year extension up to $75 million with the Falcons. Now, the Falcons are not known for making great decisions, and this isn't the worst decision they've ever made, but it's definitely not the best one. His running backs, 3 years, that's $25 million a year. That's a lot for a running back. But Bijan Robinson's been pretty good for them, so I think that will not bust. Unless they trade him, which they very well could. And that'd be really funny if they did. But there is that. No basketball stuff this week, and I think, Gary, you had one hockey thing.
Yes. And it's for the K-Wings. We signed a defenseman from Stillwater, Minnesota. The Magic Man, Colin Sackerman, is back in Kalamazoo, so we will be seeing him a lot more. But that's pretty much everything hockey based.
Okay. Now we're going to spend the rest of the episode talking about baseball. I don't know how long it's going to be, but a lot of shit went down when it came to the MLB trade deadline. That was on Monday. Honestly, wasn't a ton of major trades. Less than I thought there were going to be. But there's still a few to highlight, mostly from the Tigers, but there was one that was from different trade. There was a big 3-team trade that went down between the Red Sox, the Orioles, one other team. I'm pulling up the details of it right now. So the Boston Red Sox got Adley Rutschmanson from the Orioles, and also got Jake Rogers, which is really funny. He was in Baltimore for a week. Now he's been traded to Boston. The Orioles got four players and a player to be named later. The return, headlined by right-handed pitching prospect Anthony Ianson, also includes Carlos Narvaez, Kyson Witherspoon, and Eddie Azokar. So tons of prospects. Cool. I don't know who the third team was, but those were the big acquisitions. So that was the biggest trade that didn't involve the Tigers. Now for the Tigers trades. Now, I made a rant on it already, but the Skubal trade. I think everybody knew that Tarek Skubal was probably going to get traded. He knew he was going to go to the Dodgers because no other team wanted to cough up that much for him. Didn't want to pay him that much. And like I said in the rant, it's not that the fact that he got traded. Obviously, it's sad that he got traded. I was hoping the Tigers might try and re-sign him. But can't be surprised that he got traded. The part that I'm pissed off about is the return that we got for Tarek Skubal, which again was a bunch of fucking prospects. You know when else the Tigers traded for prospects? When they blew it up about 10 years ago. Trading Verlander, trading all their great pitchers, trading all their great hitting talent. And guess who came out of that? Nobody. There were no prospects ever panned out from that. Remember Jacoby Jones? Right, you don't, because he ended up sucking ass. So how do you think this is going to work out? I think it's going to be any different. We got outfielder Zaire Hope, right-hander River Ryan, and right-hander Brady Smith. All prospects, one of which is almost 30. And they can't even, they're all been assigned to the minor leagues. One of them is going to West Michigan, which, funny enough, we're going to West Michigan next week. So that'll be fun. Maybe we'll get to see him play.
Yeah, he's a Dodger to me.
I think it's just stupid. I think they should have gotten at least one big name player that we could have used right now for Skubal. Or some draft picks. Even though the draft picks would have been shit. So I guess it's good they didn't get draft picks. But that pissed me off so much. Because all it shows is really that Chris Ilitch just does not care about the team. He just didn't want to deal with Skubal's trade at all. And he just took the first offer that came to him. And it just happened to be the Dodgers that did it. And the Dodgers ended up sucking all the life that was left in baseball. And if you think there's not going to be a lockout in 2027, think again. Owners are still going to be cheap and not want to pay their players, and players are still going to want to get paid. So what the MLB is going to do is impose a salary cap and a salary floor. And that's going to cause a lockout. So bye-bye baseball 2027. We already talked about the Jake Rogers trade. The Tigers got Zane Barnhart in return for Jake Rogers from the Orioles, another pitcher. So they got a lot of pitchers at the trade deadline, I guess. And the other one was Casey Mize, who got scratched from what would have been his last start as a Tiger when they were out in Sacramento, so that he could be traded to San Diego. Because San Diego is totally going to win the World Series this year. They also traded away Gage Workman. Don't give a fuck. In return, we got Cash Mayfield and Jackson Wolf. Again, more fucking prospects. So now we have a billion fucking prospects that are just going to be rotting away in West Michigan or in Toledo or in Erie. So they can maybe get called up in 5 years when all the players that are playing right now for the team are either retired or traded. Like, could they not have gotten one guy that they could use right now? The Padres have players. The Dodgers have players. The Orioles have players. But no. The sign of a dead team. So that was that. Anyway, how have the Tigers done in this week-long stretch? Well, last Wednesday they wrapped up their homestand against Baltimore. It was Tarek Skubal's final start as a Tiger. And things were looking great. They were up 7-0. School pitched a gem, and then they blew it. They ended up giving up 9 unanswered runs, and the game went to extra innings, tied at 7. Then they gave up 2 more in the 11th. Then we got a torque bomb to tie it at 9 in the 11th, and then we gave up another run in the 12th. And the Tigers lost, blowing a 7-0 lead to the Orioles. They lost 10-9 in 12 innings to lose the series. And I think right there, that's when we knew Skubal was gone. Because how would he want to stay here when the team can't even hold a 7-fucking-run lead? So optimism for the team was not very high at this point. The Orioles games were very, very, very bad, especially in that last one. They're going on the road. They trade away 2 of their best players for a bag of chips. But now the Tigers are on a West Coast trip that includes 3 different series. Plus, god damn it, they finally called up Max Clark. I'm saying he should have been in the lineup at the start of the season. And they finally did it. We got to August and he finally gets called up. He has played 4 games for the Tigers so far. And guess what? He's been awesome. It's almost like he's been ready for the major league for forever. I swear to God, if Max Clark was in the lineup all season over Matt fucking Vierling, the Tigers would probably have kept Skubal and Mize because they'd be contenders. And hell, they still might be contenders with the way they've been playing lately. They were out in Sacramento for the first stop on their West Coast trip. They beat the A's 13-1 in Game 1. That was the scratched Casey Mize start. Then they beat the A's again 8-6. They were up 8-2, almost blew it, but they did hold it down. And then they got the series sweep with a shutout, beating the A's 11-0. So 3 really good showings, especially on the offensive end. I know that ballpark is very hitter friendly, but being able to hold the A's down to 1 run in Game 1 and a shutout in Game 3, that's pretty impressive for how much of a hitter's friendly ballpark that is. And now they're in Seattle, and they took Game 1 of that series as well, beating the Mariners 8-0 after a late offensive explosion and a gem from Troy Melton. So really good stuff there. The Tigers' offense is firing on all cylinders, and Melton's been really good. We got finally some decent production from the bullpen. Will that last? Probably not, but it's good to see at least for right now. Meanwhile, how did Tarek Skubal do in his first start as a Dodger? Playing Gary's favorite team, the Cubs. They beat his ass. And honestly, good. It's nothing against Skubal. I think it's just... yeah.
It's against his agent.
It's against Scott Boras. So there is that. That's what the Tigers have been up to. We got Game 2 of the series against Seattle tonight. Also, big news, Jackson Jobe is scheduled to make his return on Saturday against the Giants. So that could be good to help out the pitching rotation. And don't look now, folks, but the Tigers are only a game and a half back of a wild card spot. So there's a lot of baseball left to be played. A lot of hope left to be played for the Tigers. So maybe things will work out. Who knows? But that is that for MLB or Tigers action. Gary, I'm going to let you take it over with your stuff now.
All right. I'm going to do Kalamazoo Growlers because let's be honest here. There's been a lot to going on. Kalamazoo. Also, if you see or hear me like low voiced, I just woke up. I'm very tired. Didn't get a good sleep last night. I am off. Anyways, um, we're gonna start from July 27th to today. Um, July 27th, the Kalamazoo Growlers went on to face the Battle Creek Battle Sucks, and I just lost it. Ah, there it is, right here. Um, and we lost 11-12. Um, that was very upsetting. Then July 28th and 29th, we go into Royal Oak. And we lose both of those games. So now we have a 3-game losing streak. Then we come home against Richmond. And one of the games we lose 15-5. And then here it was. The one that everyone was talking about. The one that everyone went to go see. I went last year to this version when it was Brandon Inge. They had as their first base coach and their coach of the day Cecile Fielder from the Detroit Tigers
That's
as their
sick.
coach.
That's pretty sick.
And I can finally say, having two legends already coaching the Kalamazoo Growlers, they're now 2-0. Because the Growlers win 10-1. I think they need to think more on who they choose. Get a Detroit Tiger player. Maybe we can actually win games. Helping coach. But then we go against Royal Oak again in Royal Oak, and we lose. No, we win that game. And then we go on to Traverse City. Oh, no, wait. Was I looking at the wrong thing the entire time? I was looking at the wrong thing the entire time. Okay. Everything from July 31st was correct. Here's this one. August 1st, we go to the Battle Jacks, and we sweep them 6-3 and 6-4. Then, we face Royal Oak again, but this time we get swept, and it was the luck of the leprechaun on August 4th, because score was 5-4 Kalamazoo at one point, but then a 2-run home run ended it for Kalamazoo. So final score was 6-5. What are you gonna do? Today they will go. By the time we're recording this today, they are going up against Richmond in Kalamazoo, and then they will have Richmond tomorrow against Richmond again. So, I mean, it's not looking like we're making the playoffs. like I've said before, if we would have, won the first half, then maybe we would have not have had to worry about the rest. But no, we ain't making the playoffs. So now that we are done with that, a lot of things happened for the Lugnuts. As let me get the schedule out, because they were in Wisconsin last week. So, excuse me. On Tuesday, they lost against the Timber Rattlers 7-2. On Wednesday, they won 5-3. Thursday was not their good day. They lost 10-0. Friday they got postponed due to rain. So they played on Saturday, August 1st. And they played a doubleheader and they lost both doubleheaders. So already they can practically either, or no, they lost the series. They lost the series against Wisconsin, but that's okay, because I didn't think we were going to win it anyways. But the last game of the series, we won 5-4. Then we go up and we face Lake County. By the time we're recording this, yesterday. And let me tell you, it was scary at one point. Let me just say the Lugnuts had a 7-2 lead going into the top of the 8th. And let me tell you, Lake County downed that so quickly. It was scary because the final score was 7-6.
Damn, they almost blew it.
I saw Ann there. I saw Eli there. So that was nice. Today they will be playing Lake County. Actually, by the time this goes up, they're going to be already starting because it starts at 1:05 p.m. Good thing I don't have to fucking work. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday 7:05, and Sunday 1:05. So I don't even know what today is. Dog Days of Summer. Cool.
Yeah, Ann and Eli went. I'm going tomorrow with Ann. And then I'm working Friday and Sunday, so I'll be there for a few games.
Also, one more thing.
One more thing is he disappears.
Ooh. I almost just dropped it. That would not have been good. So, damn it. Alright. As you guys all know, Lugnuts like to do a Christmas in July. Last year's was Santa Big Lug. Right here.
That.
Yep. Well, this year was a Luggy Nutcracker. Now, for our work, we can either choose a straw hat, cowboy hat, or the Luggy bobblehead. I'm sorry, Jeffy, but I had to choose the Nutcracker. I have to add to the collection. And what do you know? Here it is.
See,
It's
I should
probably
go when I get there tomorrow. I should go to the front office and see if I can get one because I never got an
it's
email. I never got an email saying that I could.
probably going to be dark around me. But that's because I want you guys to see this, and the light would be blaring. So, um, it has the Christmas tree on it. Of course, you don't use actual nuts to get it because it doesn't open that much. But I still think it's cool. Um, the last time they had a Luggy bobblehead was the one I have back there. Um, Let me tell you something. This is smaller than the Luggy bobblehead. Just saying. Um, the next one they will be doing, I will definitely be getting because that one is a stadium replica.
Oh, that's why Anne's going tomorrow's because that's the stadium replica, and I'm gonna be getting that. I'm gonna be getting that the fair and square way.
Hmm. See, if I didn't have to work, I would be going with you. But, um,
Well, you'll still be there. We'll come see you. We'll
well,
steal one.
yeah.
We'll steal one for you and give it to you. Or you can steal one for yourself because you'll be there.
No. Um, stadium replica plus olive burger night. The lug nuts turn into the olive burgers on Thursday and Coors Light Thirsty Thursday. Um, Also, and if you're watching this, make sure Tyler drinks a beer at least once.
No,
Make sure I'm there.
no. Beer bad. Beer bad.
Then Friday, backyard baseball night, plus a Pablo Sanchez hat. If you don't know, Pablo Sanchez from Backyard Baseball always has to be the number one pick when you choose a person. Pablo Sanchez. Pablo Sanchez is a goat. Um, and then plus the Michigan Baseball Hall of Fame night. Um, I don't know who it is, but I looked out in the outfield the other day, and let me tell you, there were three things that were already posted up, so that was cool. Saturday, August 8th, they're doing a Harry Potter night. Um, I love Harry Potter. You guys can't see it, but last year's Lugnuts thing, I got this wooden Gryffindor little.
Oh, they're doing a bobblehead on the eight on that night, aren't they? Too. I might
So
be
they're
able to
doing a
get since I'm getting the
Leo.
stadium replica. Since I'm getting the stadium replica the right way, I should be able to get the bobblehead as my employee.
Um, but yeah, the one that I'm probably gonna get the most, and if they're having me choose which one, um, I'm probably just gonna choose the stadium replica
I don't blame you. It looks really sweet.
because, I guess I was asking the guy, and I was like, "Can't you do a stadium replica?" And this was last year because I knew it was gonna be the 30th anniversary. And they go, "Well, we're thinking about it," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I want to make sure I get that."
Yeah,
So,
it looks really nice.
but here's the thing though. I wanted it to look like Oldsmobile Park.
Doesn't
Not
it look
this.
like? I thought it
It's
did.
not it's not Oldsmobile Park.
Oh, oh well.
It's the new one where You have the apartments in the background.
Well, what can you do?
And then the last giveaway. This one's huge. Sunday, August 8th. August 9th. It's Big Lug's birthday. The famous mascot from the Lansing Lugnuts. Yes, that's right. He turns 30 years old, and we're getting a bobblehead where he's holding a cake up that says 30 on it and a little, little cone-shaped birthday hat on his head. So, yeah, there's a lot of giveaways this week. And the main giveaway that we should get is victories because Lugnuts are not that far back from first place. Before we do that, though, next Thursday, against West Michigan is going to be huge. Because if you guys didn't know, like Tyler said, we are going to that.
We're going next Wednesday, not next Thursday.
I thought you said Thursday.
No, we're going next Wednesday.
Okay, the next Wednesday.
Thursday would have been too busy. I also can't do Thursday after work, so that's why we couldn't
go. Let's see here. I gotta get to it. Nope, that's September. That's October. They don't play in October, and that's the playoff. Anyways, so West Michigan on Wednesday is doing something. We can receive a free thing. It says right here, kids can conquer hats. Be the one of the first 1,000 through the gates at LMCU Ballpark to receive a 2026 Kids Can Conquer hat. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that's a thing that they do. It's a children's hospital. Maybe I should have looked on top of what it was. Anyways, I don't know why I thought it was Thursday that we were going, but if it was Thursday, it would have been rivalry night. And then I could have worn my green and white shirt. Anyways, doesn't matter.
It's still a rivalry, though. The whole series is a rivalry, so.
Well, they've had our way the past couple of years. But no. It's funny because I know we talk about the Lugnuts all the time, but I want to talk about this in particular. West Michigan, of course, as you know, got a minor league player from Fort Wayne because of the trade that they had with Casey Mize's trade. Guess who West Michigan's playing this week?
Fort Wayne.
Let me tell you something. Fort Wayne cannot get a break because last year they had Leo DeFreeze on their team, and when they were in town to face us, we literally traded to get Leo DeFreeze.
Fort Wayne sucks, so good.
They get good players, and then all of a sudden they trade them right when they're playing against the team that they trade for. Do I feel bad? No, I do not. A little, but
no.
Anyways, the main thing we were looking at is standings. Where's your standings at? I can't even find the standings. Where are you at? Well, our main thing we were going to go to is the Terra Scuba bobblehead.
Are they
But
still even doing that?
yes, they are.
Because it's gonna be depressing. I didn't want to go. I knew it was gonna be packed anyways, so we're not doing that.
Um, where is this? Aha, right here. So this is how the standings look. Right now, still 6.5 games back in last place are the Lugnuts. Um, but the thing about it is, we can make a playoff push. All right. Great Lakes has the lead. Right now, West Michigan is second place, 1 game back from first. Then you got Fort Wayne in third, 2 games back. Lake County is right behind them, 3 games back, and then Dayton is 4 games back. Dayton doesn't need to worry about it because they already won the first half, so they're done. They don't have to worry about it. Um, but we could make a push if we just win these games. At first, when we started, if you were to tell me, hey, Lugnuts can make a comeback in these last 2 months, I would have told you you're crazy. But you never know when it comes to baseball.
You never know. You really never know. That's why Nut Mania, baby. Go nuts. Nuts.
But I want to tell you the Midwest League side, just because, or Midwest League West side, because this is interesting. And when I get to the Colonels, I'm going to tell you their record, and then I'm going to say how far they're back, because I feel mostly bad for them.
I don't.
Beloit has the lead so far, 23-14 record, so they're leading. South Bend, who won the first half, is 1 game back. Tied at 2.5 games back is Quad City in Wisconsin. Then you got Peoria, who's 3.5 games back. Here's the Cedar Rapids Colonels. Remember, these Cedar Rapids Colonels went to the playoffs last year to face West Michigan. So you would think they would be near the top, right? No, they're last place. You want to know how many wins they have? 7.
Ha.
They have a total of 30 losses. They are 7-30. Now, if you want to say who's the one team that's completely out right now, Cedar Rapids. Their season is completely done.
Good.
They're on a 7-game losing streak. The last 10, 1-9. I mean, it's hard to see a team that went to the playoffs do that. Also, by the way, the Lugnuts have the largest win streak with 2-win streak.
That's not something to be proud of.
While when everybody else either has 1 loss or 1 win. We have 1 up against them. Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's it for the Lugnuts and the Growlers. Most likely the Growlers aren't going to do crap because they suck. MSU baseball, not really. Is there really nothing there either? But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Alrighty then. Well, there was one other topic that I forgot about until now that we'll get to. And then we have to do poker chips because NASCAR. Forgot about that too. Some sad news came out of some sad and very shocking news came out of the bowling world this week. Jacob Buttroff passed away from heart attack at age 29. That is very young. Very young for a heart attack, and it's really unexpected. He was an up-and-coming star in the bowling scene. Really good player. Won a bunch. He was going to be a Hall of Famer for sure with the track that he was going on. And yeah, it's really sad. I liked watching him. He was a good bowler.
Two bowlers, and I don't really talk about bowling that much, just because sometimes people don't think bowling is an actual sport, but it is, and he was something special, and to be at that age, I mean, what do you think? He had a lot of time left. He was a good bowler, and I could say he could have been one of the greats next to what's his name? I can't think of his name. He's very popular.
He was very popular. Yeah.
So
rest in peace, Jacob Buttroff. You were a legend. Okay, well, we're going to end it off on a higher note. With NASCAR coming back this weekend, we can do poker chips to end off the episode. Remember, there was no NASCAR last week, so no poker chips to update. But this weekend, they are in Iowa. It's a short track, so can't expect too much craziness. We got Xfinity and Cup Series action, though. So should be pretty good stuff as we get closer to the chase for the Cup. Yeah, so.
all right. So actually, I just updated it. With that win for me at Indy, it is now 6-6. Both of us, me and Tyler. So this Darlington race, or no, not Darlington, Iowa race, will determine who takes back the lead. Will it be me? Will it be Tyler? Let's find out. So, again, for people that need to know, these poker chips I got at racetracks, mostly at Michigan. It's at Bristol, they didn't have any. And that upset me. Anyways. But we just put them in this NASCAR coffee cup that we got at an antique store. And I just move them around and just pick one out. And whatever that picks, whoever finishes in front is the winner. Or heck, even win. I mean, Chicago I got correct, and North Wilkesboro I got correct. Which was very shocking how that happened. Right. So, since Tyler did not win last week, he gets to go first. Or not last week, but the last poker chip. I want that one. Alright, I should not have grabbed it because Tyler gets Ty Gibbs. Tyler gets Tyler Gibbs.
Well, I mean, he's not a terrible pick. Terrible guy, but not a terrible pick.
And for me, all I'm hoping for, actually, to be honest with you, is not Bubba Wallace or Austin Cindric. That's all I care about. That or Alex Bowman, to be honest with you. I could do Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, I'll take.
Should be a good
Great.
duel this week. Should be a good duel for sure.
But, yeah.
That's going to do it, though, for this week's episode of Live, Laugh, Left. I know it's a little bit shorter than we've been doing, just without a bunch of NASCAR stuff to talk about with, it's a little shorter, so that is that. So next week we will talk about Iowa. We'll talk about baseball stuff, anything else that comes up. And it should be fun. So it's going to do it for this episode and it's going to do it for this video. So stay tuned for the much more amazing content from both me and Hitmaster. We're going to go do fun stuff with Jeffy. So, till next time, see you guys later. Bye.